Amber Guyger, still in uniform after 13 and a half consecutive hours on patrol, shoulders a duty bag heavy with paperwork, radio, and the residual tension of a city that never quite calms. She is 28, a 4-year veteran of the Dallas Police Department, assigned to the Southeast Patrol Division. Exhaustion distorts perception. She believes she is on the 3rd floor when she is in fact on the 4th. At the far end of the hallway, apartment 1478, exactly 1 flight above her own unit, sits a jar, warm lamplight spilling across the threshold. Inside, Botham Jean, a 26-year-old native of St. Lucia and an associate in the risk assurance practice of PricewaterhouseCoopers, balances a bowl of vanilla ice cream on his knee while muted ESPN highlights flicker across the television. It is 9:59 p.m. on Thursday, September 6, 2018. He has left the door unlocked because he expects a roommate to return later, and because home, for him, is synonymous with safety. The metallic jangle of keys outside does not alarm him. Footsteps are routine in a building where floor plans repeat identically and neighbors misdeliver Amazon packages almost daily. Guyger inserts her key. The deadbolt resists, then yields, an anomaly she attributes to a faulty lock she has meant to report. The door swings inward. A silhouette, backlit by the living room lamp, rises from the couch. In the next 2.3 seconds, Guyger draws her service weapon, a Glock 19 issued by the department, levels at center mass and fires twice. One round strikes Jean in the chest, lacerates the right lung, shatters a rib and exits through the scapula. The other pierces the lower abdomen and embeds in the lumbar spine. The accountant collapses, crimson spreading across the white cotton t-shirt he wore to work that morning. The ice cream bowl shatters against the tile, vanilla swirls into the blood. Guyger steps backward, radio crackling. She keys the microphone and reports, shots fired, 1478 South Lamar, officer involved. 911 records capture her voice trembling. I thought it was my apartment. I'm fucked. Oh God, I'm gonna lose my job.
Get up, man.
Dallas 911, this is Carla. Where's your emergency?
Hi, this is an off-duty officer. I need EMS. I'm in number.
What's your address? Do you need police as well or just EMS?
Yes, I need both.
Okay, what's the address?
I'm at apartment number 1478. I'm in 1478.
And what's the address there?
It's 1210 South Lamar, 1478. Yeah.
What's going on?
I'm an off-duty officer. I thought it was in my apartment, and I shot a guy thinking it was my apartment.
You shot someone?
Yes, I thought it was my apartment. I'm fucked. Oh my God. I'm sorry.
Okay, and where are you at right now?
I'm in, what do you mean? I'm inside the apartment with him. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. Oh my God. Oh, fuck. I thought it was my apartment.
I understand. No, we have help
I
on the
thought
way.
it was my
Okay,
apartment.
Lamar.
Hey, bud. Hey, bud. They're coming. They're coming. I'm sorry, man.
Okay, where was he shot?
He's on the top left.
Officers arrive within 4 minutes. Body-worn cameras record her pacing, hands pressed to temples, repeating, I didn't mean to. I didn't know.
CPR. Come on, Chief. Hey, talk to me. Hey, talk to me, Tom. Can you hear me? Yeah. Come on, Chief. Let me know if you need me to switch. Clear my way. Talk to me. Box 143, you have DFR en route, correct? Box 143, you do have DFR en route, correct? Come on, Chief. We good. Let's put some gloves on. Keep going. I'll switch. He's breathing. Come on, Chief.
Paramedics pronounced Jean dead at 10:07 p.m. at Baylor University Medical Center, 1.2 miles away. By dawn, the narrative is global. An off-duty white police officer has killed an unarmed black man inside the victim's own living room, claiming mistaken address. Hashtags proliferate. Hashtag Botham Jean, hashtag wrong apartment, hashtag if it isn't right. Dallas County District Attorney Faith Johnson, facing a competitive re-election campaign, pledges transparency. Governor Greg Abbott calls the sequence of events troubling. The St. Lucian ambassador to the United States requests continuous briefings. Protesters converge on police headquarters, chanting "No justice, no peace," while pastors hold vigil outside the apartment complex, prayer candles wilting in the late summer heat. Internal Affairs investigators seize Guyger's duty belt, uniform, and cell phone. Text messages recovered over the next 48 hours reveal off-color jokes about Martin Luther King Jr. Day and a meme depicting a military sniper captioned, "Stay low, go fast, kill first, die last." None are dispositive of racial animus, but their evidentiary value lies in counter-narrative. They complicate the portrait of an officer who, in her own words, never wanted to hurt anyone. 3 days after the shooting, a Dallas County grand jury indicts Guyger for manslaughter. She surrenders, posts a $300,000 bond, and is released within 2 hours. Community outrage intensifies. Critics note that civilians accused of comparable shootings often wait weeks for bond hearings. DA Johnson, responding to pressure, upgrades the charge to murder on November 30, 2018, citing conscious disregard for human life. The statutory maximum rises from 20 to 99 years. Jury selection begins September 13, 2019 in the 204th District Court, Judge Tammy Kemp presiding. 200 prospective jurors complete a 23-page questionnaire probing attitudes toward law enforcement, racial profiling, and the presumption of innocence. After 3 days of voir dire, a panel of 12, 5 men, 7 women, 4 black, 4 white, 2 Hispanic, 2 Asian, are seated. Alternates include a retired schoolteacher and a Southwest Airlines mechanic. Sequestration is ordered. Deputies escort jurors to an undisclosed hotel each night. Opening statements frame competing theories. Lead prosecutor Jason Hermas, a former infantry officer, projects a satellite image of the apartment complex and traces Guyger's route from her parked pickup to Jean's door. Architecture does not murder people, he tells the jury. Choices do.
I thought it was a very, very cut and dry murder. We believed that this was always going to be an intentional act when it came to the decision to kill, which made it something that we had to prosecute. Honestly, I was disappointed. I will tell you, never in my experience has a victim touched me like Botham did. At the end of the day, we all recognize, especially career prosecutors, we recognize what our role in the system is. And our role is to give the jury the tools that they need to speak for the community.
Defense attorney Toby Shook, a 25-year veteran of the DA's office now in private practice, describes a perfect storm of fatigue, identical hallways, and a door ajar that signaled a threat to a woman trained to react. He cautions against Monday morning quarterbacking, an event that unfolded in 1.2 seconds of terror.
It's a horrible tragedy that occurred. It was a horrible confluence of events that happened, and two very good people are forever changed because of that.
She's, struggles because of the terrible tragedy that occurred, but she also knows deep in her heart that this was a mistake, and that we're going to defend her, and we're going to do everything we can to get her a fair trial.
Forensic testimony dominates week one. A Texas Department of Public Safety ballistics expert testifies the fatal round traveled downward at a 20-degree angle, consistent with Jean rising from a seated position. Crime scene photographs show the bowl of Bluebell ice cream still dripping onto the hardwood. A use of force consultant, retained by the state, calculates Guyger had, at minimum, 35 feet of available retreat space once the door opened. She elected to advance. On cross-examination, the defense elicits acknowledgement that officers are trained to meet perceived threats with decisive force, and that exhaustion degrades visual processing by up to 40%. The courtroom is still on day 5 when jurors hear Guyger's 911 call. Audio engineers isolate the moment she whispers, "I'm gonna lose my job." Prosecutors argue the remark reveals consciousness of guilt. The defense counters it captures the panic of an officer who realizes she has violated the cardinal rule of policing: thou shalt not kill the innocent. Cell phone evidence proves pivotal. Data analysts demonstrate that Guyger exchanged sexually explicit messages with her partner, Officer Martin Rivera, throughout the afternoon shift, including one sent 16 minutes before the shooting that reads, "Come over when you get off. I'm super horny." The state posits distraction. The defense labels it irrelevant, but the jury has already inferred divided attention.
Now, we've seen in the evidence that after Martin Rivera left, close to 6 p.m., did he send you a text message?
Yes, he did.
Okay, that's the one I think where it says, what time can I come over?
Yes.
And then you responded to it correctly?
Yes, sir, I did.
And you said you can come over, I forget what you used on there, but it was a sexual connotation, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Is this the type of text y'all often send to each other?
Yes, it was.
Was there ever a real plan for Martin Rivera to come over that night?
No, there was not.
Had he ever been over to the South Side place?
No, he has not ever been there.
Okay. Did you even know if he knew you lived in the South Side
I
place?
had no idea if he even knew I lived there.
But that's the type of banner y'all would send each other during the day?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Later, when you were down at Blue Sterret, did he contact you again?
Yes, he did.
And what did he want to know, or did he do that by text or phone call?
He did it. He texted me that night.
What did he want to know at that time?
He just wanted to know how everything was going.
Okay. Anything unusual about that?
No, sir.
On September 27, 2019, Guyger testifies in her own defense.
Time seemingly
Dressed in a
distraught,
navy
Amber
blazer
Guyger
and white
on the
blouse,
stand in her
she
own
recounts
defense,
a
telling a
childhood
jury
marked
why
by
she shot
Hurricane Rita
26-year-old
displacement
Botham
and
Jean to
teenage
death.
years working at a Sonic drive-in.
Guyger
She
testifying that the
details
night of the
academy
shooting,
training
she
on
was tired from a long day at work,
simulators and describes the
reenacting how
moment
she
she
approached
saw
the
a
unlocked
large
apartment
shadow
door
moving
with her
toward me.
backpack, lunch.
I wish he was the one with the gun that killed me. I never wanted to take an innocent person's life.
I put the key into the lock. I see that it's cracked open, and at the same time, I'm hearing this moving around. He was yelling, "Hey, hey, hey," and I yelled at him. It's like, "Let me see your hands, let me see your hands."
One of them heard you say that.
I can't tell you why.
Well, it's because you didn't say it.
I wanted him to keep breathing.
Did you properly perform CPR on Mr. Jean?
No, I did not.
And you could have, right?
I tried to do a little CPR.
Cross-examination is surgical. Hermas displays floor plan schematics. Her apartment, 1378, is directly below. Ceiling fixtures differ. Jean's doormat is bright red whereas hers is brown industrial carpet. Did you notice the smell of marijuana? He asks. Guyger admits she did not. Did you observe a television playing? She concedes the glow was visible. Piece by piece, the prosecutor assembles a mosaic of negligence so severe it transcends accident. Closing arguments distill the case to a single question. Did Guyger genuinely perceive deadly force was necessary, or did she consciously disregard obvious facts? Hermas invokes the legal standard. Murder requires intent or knowledge, or intent to cause serious bodily injury resulting in death. Shook counters that a mistake, even a catastrophic one, is not murder unless the mind is guilty. Jurors deliberate for 5.5 hours, including a dinner of grilled chicken delivered in styrofoam. Verdict: guilty of murder.
We, the jury, unanimously find the defendant, Amber Guyger, guilty of murder as charged in the indictment. No outburst. And it is signed by the presiding juror, who is juror number 11.
Gasps echo. Botham's mother, Amber Jean, lifts her eyes skyward. Sentencing begins immediately. Victim impact testimony spans 3 hours. Amber Jean describes reliving the moment she identified her son's body. His toes were cold, but his chest was still warm, as if life had paused mid-breath. Sister Alyssa Finley recalls teaching Botham to sing in the St. Lucian Children's Choir. His voice was butter and thunder. The state requests no less than 28 years, symbolic of the age Botham will never reach. Defense mitigation includes chaplain letters, peer commendations, and a psychological evaluation diagnosing acute stress disorder. Guyger apologizes. I wish he was the one with the gun and I was the one dead. I have to live with this every single day.
I wish he was the one with the gun that killed me. I never wanted to take an innocent person's life.
Judge Kemp, herself a former prosecutor, sentences her to 10 years confinement, eligible for parole after 5. The statutory range is 5 to 99. The sentence falls below the median for murder convictions in Dallas County, 18 years, but above the minimum. Reaction splits along ideological fault lines. Some view the term as lenient. Others see it as accountability unprecedented for an on-duty adjacent shooting. Then comes the moment that eclipses legal analysis. Brant Jean, 17, asks to address the court. Turning toward the defendant, he says, I forgive you, and I know if you go to God and ask Him, He will forgive you. He requests permission to embrace Guyger. Judge Kemp grants it. The 45-second hug is transmitted live. Cable networks loop it for days. Pundits debate whether the gesture models Christian grace or sanitizes state violence. Within hours, #Brant Jean trends worldwide. Within weeks, he receives the Arthur Ashe Courage Award at ESPN's gala. Appeals follow predictable channels. Guyger's counsel argues insufficient evidence of mens rea, citing the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals 2015 decision in Garza v. State, which held that a defendant's subjective belief of threat, even if unreasonable, negates murderous intent. Prosecutors counter with Almanza v. State. Evidence is measured not by volume but by sufficiency. The jury is sole arbiter of credibility. On August 6, 2021, the 5th District Court affirms. The Court of Criminal Appeals declines discretionary review. Exhaustion date: February 14, 2022. Parole eligibility clock begins September 6, 2019. Projected review: September 6, 2024. Collateral consequences ripple outward. The Dallas Police Department adopts a duty-to-retreat policy for off-duty officers encountering ambiguous intrusions. Training modules now include scenario-based de-escalation in residential settings. The City Council budgets $2.3 million for door lock retrofits in 327 apartment complexes, requiring distinct floor decals and LED address projectors. Civil litigation consolidates in the Northern District of Texas. Plaintiffs allege municipal failure to supervise an officer exhibiting patterned racial insensitivity. In March 2024, a 12-member federal jury awards the Jean estate $98.6 million, $25 million compensatory, $73.6 million punitive, finding the city 55% liable under respondeat superior theories. Dallas appeals. Settlement negotiations continue. Academic discourse reframes the shooting within socio-legal scholarship. Articles in the Yale Law and Policy Review interrogate geographies of mistaken jurisdiction, arguing that racialized space primes threat perception. A 2023 University of Chicago empirical study finds officers living in high-density apartment clusters are 2.7 times more likely to fire service weapons off-duty, controlling for shift length and prior complaints. The American Psychiatric Association adds occupational hypervigilance disorder to its diagnostic appendix, citing Guyger's grand jury testimony as illustrative. Meanwhile, Botham Jean's memory is curated digitally. The Botham Jean Foundation funds scholarships for St. Lucian students in STEM and vocal performance. Its annual gala streams on YouTube, attracting corporate sponsors who once recoiled from association with police brutality litigation. A mosaic mural installed at Dallas's Thanksgiving Square depicts Jean encircled by open doors, each painted by a different victim's family. Tourists scan QR codes to hear his childhood recordings, psalms sung in a treble unchanged by time. Amber Guyger will become eligible for parole on September 6, 2029. She has accrued no disciplinary write-ups. She works as a custodial clerk, earning 45 cents per hour. She is required to complete 1,000 hours of cognitive behavioral therapy and to correspond quarterly with the Jean family, who retain veto power over release conditions. Botham Jean would have turned 37 that year. The numerical symmetry, 10 years removed from death, 10 years imposed as punishment, invites moral calculus no statute can resolve.